In our culture, when we say love, we're thinking of this warm, fuzzy feeling we have. It's like how an emotion we have for other people. That's not the biblical sense of love. The biblical sense of love is what we do for people. It's an action. When we said Jacob I love, Esau I hate it, that doesn't mean God's up in heaven. He's saying, man, that Esau guy, he's such a putz. I just can't stand that Esau guy. Now Jacob, he's my homeboy. He's all right. It's not what God said. If you read the scripture, there's nothing really likable about Jacob. The whole point of the story is that when we are unlovable, God will love us anyway. In fact, in Romans 9, it tells you he chose Jacob in the womb, specifically before he could even do anything that would be worth loving or not loving. So loving doesn't, in the Bible, doesn't mean how you feel about someone. It's what you do for them. It's your actions that matter. Dennis Prager, he's a radio talk show host. It's a great call one day. Guy calls up and he says that he has a parent who's convalescing, so he's changing his, I think it was his father, I don't know which one, his father or mother, changing her diaper, like taking them out of the bathroom and having to bathe them and feed them. And this kid is just like really tired of it, and he's kind of hating having to do this for the parent. And the kid is not a kid, he's a fully grown man, because it's got to be, I think he was like in his 60s. He's upset that he's a terrible son because he hates doing these things. So Prager reassured him, no, that doesn't make you terrible because of how you feel. That makes you a good son because you're going against your natural inclination to do what's right. You are actually a much more loving son because you're doing the things that you're supposed to do. Now, Prager's able to say this and understand this because he's Jewish. Christians, us in the West, we're obsessed with orthodoxy, what we think. We think if we have our doctrines in line, oh, we go to heaven. If we're thinking the right thoughts about Jesus, we go to heaven. But Jews are more worried about orthopraxy, your practice, what you do, how you act. That's what's more important to them. Now, I'm with Jesus, James, especially James chapter 2, John, and even Paul. I say they both matter. I study Scripture a lot. I'm in the orthodoxy, like I study everything. But the one doctrine I see that is most clear in Scripture is that it ain't all about doctrine. In fact, you go 1 John 4, it says, whoever does not love does not know God, because God is love. Whoever claims to love God yet hates a brother or a sister is a liar. For whoever does not love their brother and sister whom they have seen cannot love God whom they have not seen. And at 1 Corinthians 13, doing weddings, you've probably heard this 1,000 times. I like reading this at weddings. It says, if I speak in the tongues of men and of angels, but have not love, I am a noisy gong or a clanging cymbal. And if I have prophetic powers and understand all mysteries and all knowledge, and if I have all faith so as to remove mountains, but have not love, I have nothing. If I give away all I have, and if I deliver up my body to be burned, but have not love, I gain nothing. Love is patient and kind. Love does not envy or boast. It is not arrogant or rude. It does not insist on its own way. It is not irritable or resentful. It does not rejoice at wrongdoing, but rejoices with the truth. Love bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. So now, faith, hope, and love abide. But of these three, the greatest of these is love. In your homework assignment, when you go back, read 1 Corinthians 13. Go back, read it again, read the whole chapter. Read it once as it is. Then go back and take the word love and replace with Jesus' name. And read it again. So you have Jesus is patient and kind. Jesus does not envy or boast. Jesus is not arrogant or rude. So you get through all those, go back, now reread it and put your name in there. See how well you do. Ed does not insist on his own way. Ed is not irritable or resentful. All right, that's enough of that. I'm not going to read it further because I'm not doing too well. And you're going to find you're probably not going to do too well either. We all missed the mark. All right. So, the happy ending of the story is if we love our enemies, they're all going to come and love us back and we'll be one big happy family, right? No, not at all. Psalm 109:4 makes it pretty clear. In return for my love, they accuse me, but I give myself to prayer anyway. So it's not a matter of the outcome. They don't determine our actions. The one who lives in us is the one who determines.